Podcast featuring active service members who discuss their thoughts and opinions on various issues surrounding military life, current events, and history. The statements heard here are the opinions of its members and guests. These do not necessarily reflect the views of the Department of Defense and are not endorsed or sponsored in any way. Listener, viewer discretion advised.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Pit Talk, pulling pits and opinions with your host, Gunny G, where service members help service members, period. Follow, like, subscribe everywhere you get your podcast. And I'm also on a social media platform such as Twitter or YouTube and Rumble. Let me know any criticisms, good criticism. We're going to get into it right now. We got a special guest, a young devil pup from 2015, Staff Sergeant Klayton Inmon, hailing from MCRD San Diego West. Can I give him one? Rah, you know what I'm saying? Wow, you are bald, devil dog. That's crazy.
I am.
Do you got like the medical waiver because it's bumps on top or no?
No. As a matter of fact, they said the balder you are, the faster you run. So I said, you know what? Sign me up to that program. I'm subscribing. No hair on the body. Let's do it. And lo and behold, here I am running fast and screaming.
Yo, I'm glad that we're going to talk about real quick how we know each other. Where tell the listeners where you're from, duty stations, and how long you've been in.
Perfect. Staff Sergeant Inmon. Am originally from Kansas City, Missouri. Came from a military background. We went from Missouri, made our way to Florida, and then from Florida went back up to Virginia. I was recruited out of Virginia Beach Recruiting Station, the best recruiting station in the Marine Corps as we speak. January 2015, went from Virginia all the way to the motivated Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Paris Island, the other side. Went through recruit training. From there, obviously follow-on training. First duty station was Marine Corps Air Station, Iwakuni, Japan. And I'm telling you, a first-term Marine on their first duty station overseas, it takes a lot of maturity, a lot of experiencing, a lot of falling on your sword. So I have learned a lot over there. And that is where we ran into kind of like the recreational stuff, the basketball, the mandatory, hey, get out there and let's kick ball, softball, things like that. But basketball is what I gravitated toward. And that's where I met Israel. Also through the IPAC, administrator by trade. We met through basketball as well as the IPAC. And from there, I feel as though the professional relationship grew. It started to bloom. I started to score on him, cross him up a few times, just the normal procedure. But from a Marine Corps Air Station, Iwakuni, Japan, I went to Miles 12, simple skip and a hop, a PCA over to the aviation side of the house. After I went back to Camp Pendleton to work at the Manpower Information Section, learned a lot of good tools and tricks of the trade when it comes to administration, as well as propelling me to the next journey, the next leg of my career, which is the beloved drill instructor duty. And I'm telling you, I know that there's going to be a question pertaining to the lifestyle of the drill instructor duty, as you were a drill instructor yourself. But that's really where I found the hidden potential, hidden gifts of being a drill instructor while being here at Marine Corps Recruit Depot.
How long you been in?
10.5 years. I hit 10.5 years a few months ago.
Are you married towards Gunny yet? Or what?
No, I'm not. I did get selected. Numbers right in the middle. So with the admins that have came out, they're allocating 63 gunnery sergeants. So I said, if my calculations are correct, I should be projected to get promoted next Marine Corps ball on the first birthday of the Marine Corps. So what a blessing. But if the allocations continue to stay where they're at, probably next time in the winter.
Congratulations, dog. It's
Thank
crazy
you.
to see young devil dogs grow in the career from because I was a sergeant in Iwakuni. That's where I met PFC Inman at the time.
Yes.
Right. So I
course.
PCA'd from COC. I went to the base and then I went to the pack, and that's how I met Inman. But he tells really good stories. It wasn't no cross anything like that. He was too small on the court. I remember that. A scrawny little Inman, thought he was big, but I was doing the whole little, get at my level before it even became a trend. So
Right.
it's good, man. It's good to see you grow in the Marine Corps, to see you grow as a man, as an individual.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you're thriving, selected for Gunner Strong. That's awesome. That's a big deal. In 10 and a half years, that's awesome. It's a big achievement. When you PCS from the depot?
The days are numbered. My days are numbered here on the depot. I have about maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks left. And I'm telling you, I did nowhere along the lines did my pack drop, but I just redistributed the weight. So the weight of being like the drill master or being the recruit training order, the weight's still there. I just had to redistribute the pack. It's still tight. So I leave. I'm going to the East Coast, headed to the East Coast to see the other side of the Marine Corps. I've seen the pipeline, the making of a civilian to a recruit to a Marine. I've seen that side of the house. I think just to be a well-rounded Marine, you've got to see every walk of what the Marine Corps has, whether it's from Maine all the way to Spain. I'm all for it.
But yeah, that's good. So what are you going to be doing over there?
Over there, I'll be doing more so, let's see, manpower processing, working on publications.
You're going to Virginia? Ugh.
But it's really, and
Well,
I don't want to put my aspirations or my dreams out there, but the aspiration is to go from take what I have, use it as a stepping stone, and catapult me to the warrant officer program. I think in your recent podcast or episodes, you spoke about the warrant officer program. And me on my side of the house, I said, why not? There's so much to extract from the warrant officer program that I would be remiss and the Marine Corps would be remiss if we did not advocate for those that have done B billets, drill instructor, recruiter, combat instructor. It's just going to make that individual that much more of a lethal asset to the Marine Corps.
hell yeah. I'll tell you what, I do plan on reapplying again this January. So you never know. We might cross paths again, but this time as the same rank. That's crazy at the Gunner Strong. It's wild.
No, yes, you will
We'll
be.
see.
Yes, I think we'll see each other. You'll do the walking and whispering. I'll be doing the other side of that. I'm kidding.
Yo, I'll be at the back because I'm freaking 37 and my hips and back hurt already at this point. Um, that's good, man. It's good to see you thriving. So it's
Thank
good
you.
to hear from you. It's good to see you thriving. Tell me about drill instructor duty. What company, what battalion, and what are you doing now right now?
Perfect. Great question. I came from the best company in the depot. And a lot of people come to this thought of like, oh, it's got to be Fox Company. It has to be 2nd Battalion. We bleed gold, the gold standard. Absolutely not. No disrespect to your viewers that are 2nd Battalion. It's not 1st Battalion either, but 3rd Battalion, India Company. I came from the beloved blue, where we bleed blue. I was there at India Company. I joined India Company on my partial cycle. The reason why it was a partial is because everyone's outpost looked a little different. They had their 30 days of leave. I was slated to go to Marine Corps Instructor Water Survivor. And I'm telling you right now, Israel, drill instructor duty, it is fulfilling. However, highlight and underscore, when you get in the water and you have to do 1,000-meter swims, when you have to retrieve a Marine with a full kit, sappies, and a weapon.
Before I didn't even know you could swim, to be honest.
You didn't. Of course, every Marine, there's two things. Every Marine is a rifleman and every Marine is aquatic. We are amphibious warriors, are we not? Are we not amphibious warriors? Green, dark green,
Yeah,
light green. All of
we're all
us are
green.
amphibious.
There's a little shades of dark green. That's right. Light green, dark green, didn't matter.
Yes, but
Oh, that was
to your
good.
point,
Solid, solid.
I went to McQuist, successfully graduated McQuist,
Wow.
and with that, yes, it was a blessing. It truly was a blessing. That's why I said it was just as fulfilling as drill instructor duty. But I went back to India Company. I spent 5 cycles there, 5 cycles at India Company. I was a senior drill instructor. On my last cycle, right right at that point, I was in, drill instructor limbo where they don't know what they're going to do with you, whether you're going to be the chief, whether they're going to send you to battalion, go back to the pool to fulfill your quota. Hey, thank you for your cycles. We're just going to send you to quota. It wasn't until maybe 2 weeks after we graduated, I received a call from my company first sergeant, and he said, "Hey, there's talks about you going to drill instructor school." And in the back of my mind, I said, drill instructor school, the pinnacle, the final destination to some people's, goals and long-term goals. But I said, okay. I prepared physically, mentally. And at that point, I received the call, hey, you're going to drill instructor school. Get everything you need. The black shirt, get all that you need for that. So fast forward to now, I did a squad instructor cycle. My second and third cycle, I was the recruit training order instructor. So it's essentially teaching a drill instructor how to be a drill instructor. That's the nuances of how to be, how to use your time management, how to have that focus, that eye for attention to detail, how to run, how to project your voice, how to use your diaphragm, all ways that we see a drill instructor be a drill instructor. That was my billet for 2 cycles. Third cycle, I was blessed to have the opportunity to be the drill master, and I was in the drill master community. I was assisting with initial drill observation as well as preparing the drill instructor students the know-hows and how to be drill instructors that know how to, pass the X. And I'm telling you right now, there are some students, some Marines that are in the fleet that did not do anything prior to drill instructor school. I'm saying it's easy for you to teach a recruit how to march. They're marching with their left hand, left foot, hand, right foot. It's similar to certain Marines that come to drill instructor school. So if nothing else, those that are watching that are aspiring or slated to go to drill instructor school, learn how to march, learn simple commands, and the most basic thing that we have, and it's the oldest weapon that we have in the Marine Corps. That's the non-commissioned officer sword. Use that sword and come to the wrist articulation and just practice and reps and sets. That's all that I can say for drill instructor school, how to prepare for that.
That's crazy. What do you, and so now you're just kind of waiting for you to PCS?
Yes. Right now I'm an instructor, and basically where they see me adding value, whether it's through assisting in certain recruit training order stuff, drill master stuff, things like that. But yeah, I'm just preparing for the transition.
That's right. Third battalion. That's where they get the best drill instructors. Third battalion, my company is where I'm from. So every
I couldn't,
we bleed blue
you
to the
bleed
day
blue.
we die.
That's, yes, indeed.
Huh. Let me tell you what. It's short career. 3 billets, 3 duty stations, 3 assignments, plus the drill instructor duty. Which is what's the favorite part so far in the 10.5 years?
Oh, great question. It would have to be the most rewarding would have to be this duty station. Being a drill instructor and seeing this duty station has really taught delayed gratification. And no matter what happens when your alarm goes off, you better get up, and you have to do the same thing over and over and over again. And there's so many principles behind that. Getting up and doing it over and over again. When you feel like doing it, when you don't feel like doing it, when you're tired, when you're hungry, when you haven't gone home. There's just so many things that you get from just those small daily principles, which, to your question, the most fulfilling, the most rewarding has been drill instructor duty. And just one more point. When you see that recruit slash Marine walking across the parade deck for the last time, and you see them walking tall, you see their shoulders rolled back, and you see them confident in their abilities, and you trained a United States, basically trained Marine, and they come back to you and they say, thank you. Thank you for all that you've done. You made me the man I was today. That right there, it makes up for the 57 training days and 13 M days. It does.
Wow. Well said. Well said, Klayton. I'll tell you what, that's our name. Well said. It is. Is it? So now that I've got your most rewarding billet, what's the worst billet that you've been in?
I think I'm going to restructure that. I'm going to say the most character carving billets. So the most character carving billet would have to be when I was in an admin chief or an administrative chief at Mouse 12. And when you hear the phrase, "Hey, throw them to the wolves," I got that to the fullest capacity. I didn't know my port from starboard. I didn't know what was going on, and here I was thrusted into this position. And the Marine Corps said, "Hey, go out there, be successful, and by the way, you got all this stuff that you need to take care of." So it was the most character carving because I was in every manual, the correspondence manual, the DTS, things like that, and it helped me in how to be a leader. I don't think there's enough training or enough emphasis on leadership. Everywhere we go, from McDonald's to headquarters Marine Corps, there's leadership that is brought upon us. Some of us use positional leadership, some of us use permissional leadership, and our leadership styles vary based on where you're at. But that helped me become a leader that needs to learn how to set the example. I don't want to use the Marine Corps definition or use the Marine Corps, but literally setting the example.
That's good. I'll tell you what.
I don't want to
At this
overtalk.
point, no, it's good. At this point, you're thoroughly indoctrinated. You should use you're ingrained. It's your blood is not only blue, it's kind of green at the same time. So you should know that setting the
Yes.
example is what you do. I mean, you're in a billet where you have to set the example. They see everything you give them, and they're going to give you the same energy. And if you don't give them anything, they won't give you anything either. Setting an example is very important. I'll tell you what. So now that you have the character carving billet, the most rewarding,
Yes.
where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Obviously, as a warrant officer, chief warrant officer five or what?
Yes. Great question. 10 years from now, will put be at retirement, and that'll put you at a mustache and a beard for you in retirement.
3-0.
If you don't want to
Three
do
zero.
30. Oh, so you want to be the LeBron James. You want to be, 40 years and still playing basketball at a high level, still competing at a high level. I respect that.
I love the comparison.
Well, not comparing you to
Now
LeBron.
we
His
all
skill level
know.
is
Hold
just
on. No, before we get anywhere, now that we all know he's comparing me to LeBron, now we know who was rolling the court. I'll tell you that right now. Continue.
as a
Continue,
matter of
Staff
fact,
Sergeant Inmon.
yes. Really quick, I would compare you to LeBron. He did get a hair transplant recently, so I think you're not too far from that. I'm kidding. No, 10 years from now, to your question, 10 years from now, I see myself, and I love the question because it shows us how we can use our visualization skills and where we see ourselves. 10 years from now, I'm going to be a Chief Warrant Officer 3 looking at 4, and
You're crazy.
I'll be on the cusp saying these
You'll be a
kind of things.
4.
Yes, the magnitude behind that, what we're saying here is crazy because it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of different experimentations on leadership and so much innovation and things that has to come with the rank. But Chief Warrant Officer 4 Inman, in terms of the Marine Corps and
Sounds good.
locationally, I want to go back overseas. I think overseas is a duty station where I foresee myself being, just because there's some stones that are left unturned over there, just in terms of the
Agreed.
professional side of the house. I came in, first term alone and unafraid. I was in my foxhole and I was figuring it out. Now that I have a better understanding, I want to go back there and potentially be a personnel officer at an IPAC or wherever they need a chief warrant officer overseas, Iwakuni, Okinawa, wherever that vacancy presents itself, that's where I foresee myself going with my family.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. I know I was talking to Minnie, my wife, and my kids are 17 and 14. I don't know if you remember my kids,
Uh,
but they were little
yes.
things back in Iwakuni. They're 17 and 14 now, and she's sophomore. and he's a freshman going into freshman year. She's going into her junior year. And by the time I hit 20, they'll be done and out of high school. Hopefully, one will almost be graduated from college. The one will be
Yes.
freshman in college, and I want to give the same opportunity to the little ones that I have. I have three more that are growing up, and so we want to give them
Woo.
the same opportunity. So I want to definitely go back to the air station in Iwakuni. It's a gem of the Marine Corps. If you haven't been there,
It is.
that's where me and Inman met. That's where you should be at. You get to, if you're with the squadron, you're gonna go duty. You're gonna go on TAD opportunities to go see Philippines, Thailand, everything you can think of.
Yes.
That's where you. That's the gem of the Marine Corps. That's where you want to be at.
It
So
is the
that's where
gym.
I want to go.
And there's less distractions there. More time for you to, if physical fitness, if that's your wheelhouse, get into physical fitness. Go to school, travel. Obviously, when you go UDP, as you were saying, UDP, TAD, you go on all of these exercises. But when you don't have any time, when you do have a little bit of time and you're in the barracks, just going to the chow hall and doing whatever, go out there, take the bullet train, go to Tokyo, go to all of these places, because once you're gone, that opportunity is gone. And the only thing that you're going to have is a going away plaque. That's your command left you. Hey, here's your memory of wherever. I hope it serves you for your time in the Marine Corps. But I would challenge everyone to, challenge those to experience that side of the Marine Corps. It's going to mature you. It's going to help you professionally. It's going to help you personally, and it's going to make you that much more excited to stay in the Marine Corps, even on the days where it's a little rainy.
Absolutely. Let me ask you something. We both agree on a lot of things, obviously, based off this session. But I'll tell you what, you're
Yes.
in drill instructor duty now. Give the ones that are going into DI school here recently coming up or later on throughout the
Hmm.
year, give them outside of knowing how to march and using the NCO sword, right? Now that DI school is you touch DI school now, it's just the actual on the in the trenches with the recruits. What's one thing that
Yes.
they need for their toolbox so they can get their mind right when they get there?
And for their toolbox, there are two tools that they should utilize to prepare themselves for drill instructor duty. One is the tool of time management. The tool of time management, I'm telling you, when you can look back and do a personal inventory of what your day looks like, you are going to do a self audit. So if I spend a lot of time doing nothing, if I spend a lot of time just going to the gym and not perfecting my communication skills, if I'm not asking other individuals using resources that are available like yourself on how to prepare themselves for drill instructor duty, they're just going to set them up for failure. So manage your time effectively. That's the first one, time management. And then the second one is, and it goes on with my first point, do an inventory. And so my second point is inventory. Check your uniforms. Make sure your uniforms are in accordance with the Marine Corps order. There have been plenty of drill instructors that have came in with their alphas, and they have the big Eagle Globe and Anchor that goes on the barracks cover. They put that on their collar. Some do. We've seen some strange things when Marines check in. So do an inventory of your uniforms. Make sure that you have enough. Make sure, one, you're in accordance with the Marine Corps order, and don't just put it on when you need to put it on. Make these adjustments, whether your belt is too long, whether you've gained weight, lost weight. Ensure that you look. Part of being a drill instructor is looking like a drill instructor. So to my point, stay physically fit. Stay physically fit. And that just comes with the inventory piece. All right, I haven't PT'd in a while. I know my recertification is 45 days out, 30 days out. I'm okay because I have a first class. Don't fall under that misconception. Always stay active. And remember, drill instructor school it's not a leadership school. Yes, we will make you a drill instructor, and that may come as a byproduct, but you have to be physically fit. You have to look the part. And two, exercise your leadership skills. I mean, use the 15 leadership traits. JJ did Ty Buckley. And again, it's just that because when you are exposed to that position
Mm.
of a squad leader, when you're exposed to that position of a fire team leader, you can't just say, "Hey, get over it. Yeah, do this, this, and this," because you're just going to tell the troops that you don't know how to lead. So learn how to lead at the small unit level. So time management, inventory, and I kind of used inventory as an umbrella to spin off on physical fitness, working on your uniforms, and exercise your leadership skills.
Tell you what, I agree. I think that time management is prioritize. What is it that you're going to do throughout the day? That's a good one because
Yes.
uh, there's, although it is the same every day for the next 3 months, right? And for the next 3 months,
Right.
but it doesn't
Yes.
mean that you've mastered that T day. Like there's always this blanket space, white
Well, that's
space that you
good.
can work on. And to your piece of inventory, I'd say what you have to look the part. I'm telling you, if you're overweight and you look fat, I'll be the first one to tell you, you look fat, you shouldn't be going. And if you're at drill instructor school and the instructors say you look fat, you probably should lose some weight because it's not only an image piece, right? But not only as a recruiter, the first person they see in terms of the Marine Corps, so the image is everything. But when you come here to be a recruit Marine slash drill instructor, they're going to see what a Marine looks like. And if you're not
Exactly.
physically fit, the standard is the standard. The standard is high. The standard is 300 in my
Yes.
opinion, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yes.
not Staff Sergeant Inmon where it can get 300, but I'm telling you right now, I'm still going to put out, right? So the
Yes.
standard is the standard. Look the image, look the part, and play the role. Stay humble. That's all I got to say is in terms of really quick. Stay humble, right? Because
Humble
you're
and
going to
hungry.
think, yes, right. Because you're going to think you're going into a duty station where, oh, I know everything because I've been in a long time. Nah, you don't know squat diddly
You
when you
don't. And
check
it's a
in.
new MOS. It's a
Correct.
brand spanking new MOS, the 0911 MOS. So you may have had a few deployments under your belt. I may have been the platoon leader, the platoon sergeant at over there at the motor pool. But when you jump into a brand new MOS, you're not going to know everything. But what's going to stand is the foundation. You set a good foundation for yourself. Everything else, inclement weather, inclement training days, it's just going to it's just going to batten down your foundation.
I got to
Couldn't
ask
agree
though,
more.
in your time there, what's the one thing that outside of the tools you're going to give them for the toolbox? What are one things that Marines struggle with when they check in in the trenches, not at DI school, in the trenches?
I mean, I'm going to use this term loosely, but some new drill instructors, they just drink a little bit too much of the Kool-Aid. And we say
Wait,
that
wait,
pervert.
wait, wait, wait. Yes, say loosely. Go ahead, continue.
Some drill instructors drink a little bit too much of the Kool-Aid. Just to go a step further. Oh yeah, two of those. Two of those waddies. But I mean, in 30 seconds or less, what that means is they have conformed so much that they lost sight of their identity. Like all of a
Mm,
sudden, like for example, going into a company brand new, you are very impressionable. So
wow.
if a drill instructor says, "Hey, you're going to make the recruits hold foot lockers over their shoulders and run to the front of the house," guess what that new drill instructor is going to do? He's going to say, "Aye, aye, senior drill instructor. Yes, Jay." He's going to tell the recruits to get the foot lockers on their shoulders, go to the front of the house. The company commander walks on deck just to observe and see if everything is in good order and discipline. And he sees you doing things like that. And all of a sudden, your career went from, "Hey, I'm hungry and humble," to, "Hey, now I could be facing consequences." So to your question, conform, but don't lose your identity.
That's good. That's really good. Actually, that's short and sweet. I'll tell you what, easier said than done, though, huh? Easier
It
said
is.
than done. I'll tell you what, you said it very well. You're a young, impressionable drill instructor, a sponge because you're so humble and you're so hungry to work that you'll do whatever it is that you have to do to make sure that you progress right, that you get the respect that you deserve, and
Yes.
you're going to earn everything, right? But right, that's a double-edged sword because you don't know what right looks like. You know what the black and white says, but what does the gray say, right? And that's a lot of the time in the depot. We're obviously we know 8 ways. We know the 330 and three. We know all this, left and right ladder limits. We get it, but then there's some
Sure.
things that it doesn't address. And then what do we do?
Yes.
Right? What does right look like? Well, we got to figure out how we're leading, how we're led, how we're training drill instructors. And
Yes.
if you have to second guess anything or look away and look behind you, man, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I remember I've
It
been
is.
put in, I'm sure you've been put in scenarios where like, what do I do? This guy's been
Right.
in for a long time. Should I dime him out? I'm about to get I'm about to get interviewed because of his investigation. And what do I
Hmm.
do? Now my morals and character is in question, my integrity is in question. Like, brother, as a man though, you know what I'm saying? Like that's some situations like that. I would never put you in a
Exactly.
compromised situation, right? Where it affects how you eat. Because I got 5 kids now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I do?
Yes.
To your point. It's tough. It's tough.
It
But
is.
that's good,
And
man.
if they don't have the know-how to navigate through those gray areas, they're going to go with whatever the flavor of the day is. So if the flavor of the day is do the right thing, then they're going to do the right thing. Sometimes the flavor of the day is, hey, I'm going to go against the grain. And those individuals just may jeopardize a few things that they hold near and true. To your point, you have a family, you have more than one mouth to feed. Some drill instructors are saying, oh, I'm single, I can stay in the squad bay all the time. This is where I devote my time, talent, and treasure. But at the same time, you need to slow your roll, mark time, and you may have
Okay,
to do a
that's good.
change. You may have to do a change step if anything. But
That's good, dog. That's
no,
good.
couldn't agree more.
I agree. I agree with you. We got to recap here the tools for drill instructor duty. Prioritize your time, inventory who you are as an individual, uniforms, PT, the image, the roles, the humbleness, the heat, the hunger. And
Yes,
then when you get into the trenches, like you said, what is it? Don't conform, don't
conform.
lose your identity.
Right?
Conform?
No. I was saying, yes, conform, but do not lose your identity.
Correct. You didn't get here because you're stupid. I'll tell you that, right? You didn't get to that building because you're stupid. Don't conform, but don't lose your identity, right? Play the
Yes.
role. Don't go outside your swim lane. That's my tool for the toolbox. Stay in your lane. That's good tools, man. I'll tell you what. You got about 30 seconds left, Staff Sergeant. I know that where time is money. You got things to do with drill instructors. I got things to do with young Marines over here at McSippin.
Yes.
One save round, and then how do they get a hold of you if they want to know more about you?
One safe round. I think we're going to sound like a broken record here, but stay humble and stay hungry. Those two things right there will keep you yearning to want to learn more. And remember, we're a student somewhere. So we should always be students of our craft. I'm still a student when it comes to learning about education advancement, when it comes to the MOS. Always be hungry and be humble because we don't know everything. We get to a point where we know everything, we need to about face and we need to steer away from that. But stay humble, stay hungry, and then how to reach me? I mean, shoot an email. I'm more than enthusiastic to return an email if it's just a drill instructor question. How do I prepare, prep, plan, all of those things. So that's my save round. Humble and hungry, and then I don't have social media, no social media platforms. I feel 37 not having social media. So no media there.
Well, that's good. Shoot him an email. I'm sure he's in the gal. Inman, Staff Sergeant
Yes.
Klayton, first name. He's probably the only one, to be honest. But I appreciate your time. Appreciate the 10.5 years. Appreciate the the eagerness, excuse me, and the humbleness that you got so far. And I'm excited for the next 10 years. Hopefully, we cross paths again, you and your family. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Pit Talk, pulling pits and opinions with your host, Gunny G. Staff Sergeant Inmon, where our service members help service members. Period. Follow, like, subscribe everywhere you get your podcast, and on 3 social media platforms such as X, YouTube, and Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, me and Staff Sergeant Inmon, we out. Dog, I'll hit you up later, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you for it,
Laters.
sir.
Stand by, contact. Cease fire. Stand by, contact. Cease fire. Stand. Talk is a podcast featuring active service members who discuss their thoughts and opinions on various issues surrounding military life, current events, and history. The statements heard here are the opinions of its members and guests. These do not necessarily reflect the views of the Department of Defense and are not endorsed or sponsored in any way. Listener, viewer discretion advised.